Roaring Kitty just sold his options and he converted some of them. Big moves on GME. We also have some big news about Bitcoin. Some really interesting financial engineering that's going on. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. Also, if you want, there is a link underneath the video to MargX where you can trade cryptocurrencies using leverage. We are getting very close to this 50-day moving average. A lot of people are watching this saying if we bounce off, it's going to be completely bullish. If we fall below, then obviously we could have another downside move. So maybe you want to play that. There's also a link underneath the video to MargX because they have an airdrop going on right now. 3 days left where you can get up to $5,000 in Book of Meme token. And I just got word that they're going to be doing more of these. So they're going to be giving away more and more airdrops. So yeah, I mean, you could farm these just doing your normal trading. If you're trading on some other platform, you can try it on MargX and farm these airdrops to make probably a significant amount of money by the end of the year. So let's take a look at what's happening right now. Roaring Kitty no longer owns any GameStop call options. He took profits on 80,000 call options and exercised only 40,000 call options. Now he owns 9 million GameStop shares. This is interesting. So let's take a look at the stock right now. And this will come back to Bitcoin here in a second. So the stock was up 14% today, down about 3% after hours. But now the company has about $4 billion worth of cash. The market cap is about $10 billion. Roaring Kitty owns now 9 million shares and is the fourth largest holder behind BlackRock and Vanguard and one other entity. I actually have it here. Let's just scroll down. RC Ventures LLC. So yeah, like I said, the fourth largest holder now with a market value around 9 million times 30, $270 million or so. This is kind of crazy. And a lot of people are looking at this and saying, well, he took profits on the 80,000 calls. He exercised 40,000. Like, he dumped calls on people. Okay. Well, you knew that he was either going to, well, we knew that he was going to convert or exercise his options and get his hands on some more stock. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. And now GME has scheduled a meeting for June 17, 2024. This was supposed to be tomorrow after the market closed. Then they rescheduled it. Like, just this all happened in the last half an hour or so. So kind of interesting. They're doing this at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. A weird time to be doing this. I'm not sure what their plan is here, but a lot of people think that they're going to be buying some Bitcoin. Max Kaiser says, if GME announces a Sailor Bitcoin treasury strategy, the stock will go to $1,000. GME can be the pleb version of MSTR. Just do a Sailor, quote unquote. The bigger the short squeeze, the higher the stock, the more secondaries of stock issued, the more capital to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to outperform everything. Everything is mathematically guaranteed to go to zero against Bitcoin. He says, I'm talking to Alex Jones about this. Okay, so kind of interesting, right? If they go and buy Bitcoin, that could cause a squeeze on Bitcoin as well, not just GME, but also Bitcoin. And you might be asking, why would they do this? Obviously, they can make money from Bitcoin going up, but why is this strategy so attractive to so many entities and companies? I want to actually walk you through like the financial engineering that MicroStrategy sees and these other companies see, why it's so beneficial. Like, how can they get such cheap debt? You're trying to pay a mortgage or get a mortgage and it's 6, 7, 8%, but they're getting debt at 1%, sub 1% for MicroStrategy. I'll explain why that is. We've been talking more and more about meme coins recently because they've been going absolutely nuts. And one that I want to look at today is BYDFI, which is a partner of the channel. They are going after a very famous meme in the East. You know, a lot of people look at Pepe in the West. Apparently, BYDFI is one of the biggest memes over on the other side of the world. And the price has done quite well here. You can see just straight up, essentially. And with really good volume, 5.4 million in the last 24 hours, and for good reason. I mean, they are advertising a lot. About 300,000 people pass by this billboard every single day. They also are already trading on Bitmart Exchange, which is obviously big for them. Just in day 3, they were already on Bitmart. They're trending also on CoinMarketCap, on DEX Tools, on DEX Screener as well. And you can buy them over, again, on Bitmart or on Uniswap as well. Now, of course, whenever you're buying a meme coin, there comes some risk, especially a newer meme coin. But there's also some big potential as well during these times where meme coins are exploding. I think a lot of people are looking for the next big meme coin as well. Obviously, there's a lot of liquidity in meme coins, so these things can be quite volatile, which can be good. The all-time high was around 17, 18 million, and it's up 47% just today. As always, do your own research. There are links to this underneath the video as they are a partner of the channel. So Dylan LeClaire has explained what is happening here. How can these companies get such cheap debt? So basically, first of all, they start by adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. The stock volatility goes up. It makes sense. Basically, they're holding an underlying asset that has more volatility. Bitcoin has more volatility than a lot of stocks. And a lot of people see that some new company is buying Bitcoin and then their volume spikes, all right? So volatility or implied volatility goes up. So options value goes up. It makes sense. Basically, if there's more value or if there's more volatility in a stock, calls are priced higher. We've seen that with Tesla, right? How expensive is a call on Tesla versus Pepsi stock? Just generally, it's much more expensive per $100, right? Monetize implied volatility by selling calls. So they issue convertible debt. Basically, they just go and sell some shares or issue these convertible senior notes saying, okay, hey, whoever wants to buy these, we'll sell you the shares at a 40% premium, like 8 years from now, basically, and we'll give you a little bit of interest. So it's a very cheap call option versus if you're going to go buy it on the market, and you can convert it to shares. Because of the high implied volatility, and because so many people are subscribing, trying to get their hands on this, the APR goes down. So MicroStrategy pays like under 1% for a lot of their convertible debt offerings. So balance sheet equals BTC plus cheap debt, which means common stock equals levered Bitcoin, and they just return. So it's a very easy way of getting cheap debt, and this would be worthless if Bitcoin's underlying value wasn't there, right? You could lever up, you could make it so that Bitcoin was your whole balance sheet basically, and your whole enterprise value. But if Bitcoin's price died for a significant amount of time, there is some added risk. So that is where some risk comes into the equation. But if you're doing this, you're probably bullish on Bitcoin. You probably think that Bitcoin's going to go up over the long term, and it has. I mean, as long as you are smart about how you do this, you can lever up your company with very cheap debt, get away from this fiat that's just draining you year after year. And yeah, it's quite attractive to a lot of companies. Let me know if this makes sense. And crypto journey, daddy. I've been talking about this the last few days. It continues to rally. It went all the way up to $8. $8 on really good volume, 815. Now it's all the way up to about 900,000 in volume. It's up to a $6.6 million market cap, up 65% here today. Again, I talked about it when, 3 days ago, when it was around $3 or so, just under $3. Now, yeah, I think it was actually $2.20, maybe, something like that, $2.40. Since then, it's just been on a massive rally. So, again, maybe one that you want to pay attention to. If you haven't seen or you don't know what this is, you can go do a little bit of research on it. Let me know your thoughts on all this, though, underneath the video. Let me know what you think about these companies buying Bitcoin. Do you think this is going to continue? Also, I did see that Joe Biden's going to start accepting crypto as payment through Coinbase, which is just fascinating. His regime is going after Coinbase. Gary Gensler is going after Coinbase, going after crypto. But at the same time, they're saying, oh, you can pay us through it, though. You know, they might be doing shady things, but I want the money. Okay, so it kind of just interesting the levels of hypocrisy in the government right now. Let me know your thoughts, though. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You can check out the links underneath the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.